Hey everybody, welcome to the 30s podcast. My name is Clint.
Uncle Marcus.
What's up, Marcus?
What's going on, Clint?
Dude.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh, thank you.
Back.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're back for episode 27.
27.
This episode will be titled Clint is Back.
Clint is back.
Last week I did a solo episode because you were gone. For the holidays, you were gone for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. You went to go visit your family because you're fortunate to have a family to go visit.
Oh, wow. Dark. Dark take.
It is what it is.
Dark take. And I have some notes about your performance in the last
one.
No,
I tried my best.
No notes.
No,
I just wanted to talk about some of the topics you brought up.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll start there first then.
Yeah. So
go ahead and critique what happened last week.
So my critique is like when you do go back with your family, I don't even think it matters like how far away they live. Once you're back with them for a holiday like that, like Thanksgiving, you do feel like you're back at whatever rank you were in like fourth grade.
Well, I thought you were going to start with, you did a good job last week.
Oh, and you were great. No, you did good. You did good. No,
instead of like, let's
I'm going to buff your ego in about 10 minutes.
Oh, you're going to fluff me. Okay, yeah. Perfect.
Fluff is at 10. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, just to catch you up to speed, last week I talked about how when you are with your family, no matter how old you are, you're kind of put back into that childhood version of yourself because that dynamic is always the same when you get older. But go on.
Yeah, and like with my family, they're in Alabama, so they're like in the Bible Belt, which I grew up very Christian.
But out here.
Right. So it's like, there's some Christian stuff here and there that like can influence you. And like back when I was growing up, there was no internet yet, or that was this crazy with social media, so it was easy to be in a Christian bubble. When you're out there, it is a bubble again. You're like out there, all these people, like the church they go to is super big, like that's where everyone goes to. Uh-huh. So instantly I'm like, oh, like I feel like I'm back. I'm back in it again, and I'm like,
they're all back in it too. Like they're still drinking the Kool-Aid. Christian Kool-Aid.
But it makes sense out there. Makes a lot of sense out there
because everybody
it's part of it all. Like places are closed on Sundays so that you could go to church.
Not just Chick-fil-A?
Not just Chick-fil-A. It's honestly annoying. Yeah. It was so annoying that I'm there on Thanksgiving break. Places are closed because of Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. They're like, we're not even going to be open from Thursday to Sunday because they're like, what's the point?
Right.
Too. Because all the college kids go home. So they don't have anybody working the restaurants. So that was actually kind of hard. That was actually like a bummer. Like, how am I supposed to go with my family to enjoy a place? Ooh, sorry.
Oh. Ooh. Caesar's here too, guys.
Ooh, hey, Caesar, hello.
I muted my mic, but it still went into your
Yeah, so the kids are gone.
That became a problem. The kids are gone. College kids are gone. And which also might add to like my feelings about Alabama of how when I go there, I'm always like, this is boring. Like all they have is football. Yeah. Because those first few days are boring. And then somehow like when there's a football game, it is crazy cool. It is actually cool when there's a football game. Like you don't even have to like football and you're just like, wow, all these other people like it so much.
Well, everybody's into it.
Yeah. They're all into it.
That's the same as out here. If you go to a game out here and you're not really like, I don't like sports, but I'll go to a baseball game and like everyone's just so like,
they're so into it. And it could be anything.
All right.
But as long as there's a lot of people into something, you'll get pulled in.
Yeah. It's not called mob mentality, but it's just like everybody's doing it. So
it was kind of,
might as well. Yeah. All right. Well, cool.
It was cool. It was a little different because my brother and my sister-in-law hosted Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So we had to drive like an hour and a half to their house. And so I think having Thanksgiving at their house.
You got there and you stayed with your parents. Mm-hmm. Where do they live at?
In Auburn.
Auburn. Okay. And then you stayed with them the whole time?
Yeah.
And then where does your brother live?
He lives by Birmingham.
Okay.
Birmingham's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place. Like it's kind of growing right now. So there's a lot more like places to go visit and eat at and like more other sporting events that happen there. Mm-hmm. Like last time I was there, I went to the Birmingham Bowl with my brother Jake, and that was pretty cool because Auburn was playing in that too. So it's kind of growing. So it's cool to see those places out there grow. Whereas like out here in California, like stuff is kind of already grown to the point where it's like, this is it out here.
Yeah.
Whereas like out there, it's, oh, they have room.
Right.
There's space.
California's, we're done growing.
We're done. This is it.
Yeah, at
We're
least
good.
this part of California, it's like Southern California, it's done.
We're settled until we take over the hills and the desert, the high desert.
Right.
Coyotes.
We're either growing out here or we're being destroyed. So there's no going up.
No between.
So what is it like flying into Alabama?
So I went Delta.
You flew out of
Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah. And
just that feeling of landing in Alabama, how different does it look different than out here? Like, what is it like? It's
because you're landing in Atlanta, and so Atlanta's big. It's a giant
It's like
airport.
a city, right?
Yeah, it's like a city in its own. It's cool. It's a nice one. Maybe nicer than other
Atlanta's
ones.
in Georgia.
Yeah.
Not Alabama.
Yeah. So when you land in Atlanta, and if you have to go to Alabama, you lose an hour. So you're also like having to consider like
You're traveling
the
time zones.
Yeah, when you travel.
Mm-hmm.
And we did this shuttle that takes you straight to Auburn. So that was kind of nice. I didn't have to like bug my parents to have to pick me up and everything. Like, and when I left, that would have been crazy to have them help me because it was ending the holiday weekend and it was a madhouse there when I was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been nuts. But coming there, it's like this really quiet shuttle. It's like this big van, and they're like, "We accept tips and all that." And I'm like, "Well, we'll see about that."
It depends how fast you get me to where I'm trying to go.
God damn it! And so I like that it was quiet. You know, like you don't have to like do the small talk with your parents yet.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. You don't have to like.
I feel like you'd have to do small talk with the driver because aren't they like? Isn't that like the South mentality where they like? It's not like it is out here where no one makes eye contact and we don't talk to each other. But I from what I've heard in the South, it's like, oh, how was your day? Like, beautiful day we're having outside, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the part that makes me cringe.
Yeah, where it's,
were you a British Southerner?
Yeah.
How did it, Gunner?
But yeah, it's like they like want to talk to each other.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, it's like about like inane stuff too, or it's like it's getting real cold outside now, isn't it?
Yeah, because they're like, "How was your flight coming in?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Well, you know what?
It was fine.
It was fine."
Yeah. So the driver didn't want any of that social
He didn't want the
interaction?
small talk.
Good for him.
Good.
How old was he or
Thank
she?
you. He was an older man.
Or they?
Yeah, 40s.
Older.
Different podcast.
That'll be us in 10 years. The 40s.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
The 40s podcast.
The 40s.
All right. Go on. So you get to this driver who is
good.
not being the typical Southern social that I was expecting.
He wasn't, and it was a big van, so I guess there are a good amount of people there too, so you don't have to like sit there and talk to people.
Right.
Maybe less southerny than it could have been.
Okay.
But the big topic for most people that did talk to me, or at least that knew me, was, so when are y'all gonna move out here? And every time I'm like, how do I creatively say I don't want to?
You're like, oh, you know,
So,
just trying to find my footing still.
yeah, I think the best analogy I had is like, it's as if your parents like broke up and you had a stepmom. Like
Right.
Auburn is my stepmom.
That is weird. Okay, before we get into that.
That's how it feels. It's like it's a weird feeling.
The talk is like, when are you going to come over here? Where it's
Yeah.
like, almost like, not, I don't know what's the word, not assimilate, but just like,
Come with us.
to this side, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, or it's like, why?
They don't even, because it's like the people that have talked to me before will bring that up.
Mhm.
And it's like, they don't even go with like how's everything going?
Yeah, there's no interest about what's
Yeah.
happening here. It's just
Yeah.
like, when need to come over here where we're at?
Yeah, it's like, you don't even know about this podcast? Like, obviously. How dare you,
Yeah.
my brother's in-laws? How dare you not know about the podcast?
Are your parents like that too? Like, when are you gonna come out here? Or they don't care?
What my mom does is she'll be like, so there's openings at the school I work at. I'm like,
Does she
okay.
have an accent? Yeah,
She puts it on.
She tries to do the accent.
She does.
God.
She'll be like we'll start
Because
prayers.
Luke kind of did that too. He
Luke
was like
kinda did. He was
trying
like,
to do the
So
accent.
I'm in the
I
accent.
was like, bitch, you were raised here. You've
Yeah.
been living there for however many months or years. I don't know. It's like you speak like the rest of us.
It's fake.
Yeah.
It's worked on.
It's fake.
And then because my mom would be like, Heavenly Father. Because she starts. I love my mom. She starts crying every time
That's
she
a clip.
prays. That's a clip.
Heavenly
God.
Oh my god.
Every time. And I'm like, ooh, oh. So one of the 2 times we like really prayed over dinner. The World Cup is happening.
You really prayed? What's that mean?
Like,
you
really-
you didn't like fake pray? You
Like
were
really went into it.
Okay.
Was the World Cup was on. So one of the first games was happening. And so of course my mom was praying. I call her the Meryl Streep of prayers because she's really good.
Okay.
You should call her.
So
pray for you.
so it's not real. She's
She
acting.
no, she puts in that like Meryl Streep effort.
Okay.
So it's there. It's good.
She makes a performance out of it.
Oh, it's a performance. It's great. It's a good performance.
All right.
And so it's me, my dad, my brother Brett, and we're like ready for dinner to happen. And so the World Cup is still on TV. It's still playing.
Uh-huh.
So we're like holding hands, eyes are closed.
Oh my
And
God.
suddenly oh, we all look up. Me, my brother Brett, and my dad. We're all like, and then we see each other looking at each other. We're like, oh God. Then we close our eyes. But we couldn't keep praying. We're just like laughing the whole time. My mom's like, what just happened?
Wait, what was the sound?
The World Cup.
Oh.
Oh, the World Cup was going on. So the announcer,
yeah.
if a goal or like something crazy's happened, they're like, ah!
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, what was that?
So you hold the TV.
Because you're praying, you don't expect the other people to like stop closing their eyes.
Yes.
So we're just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Like Spider-Man. We're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you not looking?
Okay.
So that was fun. But then, so Thanksgiving, we're at my brother Jake's house.
Mm-hmm.
And
Next time, sorry, if you can, so for Christmas, so you'll be back for Christmas. If you can, find some way to have like your phone here, like in your pocket, just like right here with the recording on. Because I would like to see this prayer.
to see the prayer? Okay.
'Cause I've always this sounds like a movie to me where everyone's like hands in hand and like
Hands.
dear Jesus, thank you for the bread we're about to eat, like all that bullshit. Because I wasn't raised on that nonsense. Not that it's nonsense, but you know,
It is. You just said it. It's not nonsense, but it's nonsense.
but it's nonsense. But if that's your thing, cool.
If it's your thing, it's
So
great.
yeah, next time just do like one of these
Yeah, I'll make sure it's on my
and make
flannel.
sure it's recording because I would like to see this
Yeah.
as like a real thing,
it's
not a
good
movie.
stuff.
Because it actually happens in
prayers.
real life.
And then you should watch when I have to do it.
You have to do it. You get like your
Because
cameras- you have like your camera set up like this.
Yeah.
Like, to do for your prayer.
Everybody, lighting,
I'm shooting
lighting,
content.
Brett,
Yeah.
Brett, move this way. Come this way. Jake, roll. We're rolling. Are you
Okay.
rolling? Are we rolling?
But yeah, seriously,
Because
next time.
one
'cause I would
time
like
I
to see.
prayed, and it was during like a Sunday, a football Sunday kind of day, and it was the playoffs,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, Heavenly Father, thank you for this day, and I pray, God, I pray that it wouldn't be the announcer's will, but your will, that the right teams would win today. But I
Okay.
poorly prayed as well because I prayed that like the announcers would be wrong about what they said,
Right.
but they all were going for the team I was rooting for.
Right. Okay.
So it kind of screwed me over. I think God heard that day.
I'm giving you a challenge then right now. So you'll be back with your family for Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge you to turn prayer into a routine or a bit almost to where so I don't know, like, do you have to do you rehearse what you're going to say beforehand or it's just in the moment?
I mean, it's in the moment.
Because you know it's going to happen. Like, I gotta pray tonight.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. So if that's the case, I want you to turn the prayer into like a 2-minute set almost to where you got to make it funny and not take it seriously. And if your parents are offended, who cares?
But that's what's so great about prayers is that you do have all their attention and they can't really be like,
They
hey,
can't stop it. Yeah, they're
they
just
can't
like,
stop.
They may do the like.
Yeah, they're all where they all look. They're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is he saying right now? I don't know. Something about coleslaw. And how like it's Satan's food. Yeah, what is he? I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a challenge, and if you complete it, I'll buy you dinner or something.
Oh wow!
But you have to commit to the routine, the
2-minute prayer.
Well, how long is a prayer normally? I don't know.
2 minutes might be much. I'll try a minute.
That seems kind of short.
You'll feel
try
it.
and do 2 minutes. Try. You have a month. Well, 23 days to prepare for like the Christmas prayer, and like you can do 2 minutes. You've got 23 days. 2-minute routine. Make sure your phone is somewhere where we can see it. Clue in your brothers. Like, hey, can you film me while I'm doing this? And I'm sure that I don't know how serious they are about all this, but they'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then we can play it on here, and it'll be awesome.
Part of me has been preparing for this my entire life.
Well, how's your chance to shine?
That's the big part.
Oh my God. So anyway, you guys prayed, and that was you were talking about your mom being like a real actor, a thespian.
I say because Meryl Streep, like she's nominated for the most awards for acting, so like she's the best. So that's why I say she's Meryl Streep. I just say she's like the best at prayer because she puts like all of her soul into it, and she's like gonna try to make you cry almost.
Oh,
is what she does.
She's the Pixar of prayers.
Yeah. She'll do. Like it's the beginning of Up. Really quick. Really quick.
There's that one time I got cancer and I couldn't have kids.
And
then I died.
You're like, wow, she really wanted us all here for this one dinner.
That sounds like plagiarism.
Where have I heard this before?
Yeah, and is that something you guys do every night, or is it just like the family meal, like the Thanksgiving meal?
It's usually, it depends. Like if it's a random night, that's not Thanksgiving.
Every night, you got to have something prepared every night.
Yeah. Well, that's the life.
That's really the Meryl Streep. Like
it
she's
is.
Fucking...
No, it's practice.
Yeah, like
practice.
What's it called?
You got to be good at your craft.
Doing a show on Broadway or somewhere, and you're doing the same thing every night.
Yeah,
that's dedication.
It is. That's why like it is fascinating too, prayer, because you're also like you are thinking about what is entertaining for everyone else in the prayer group.
Well, yeah,
in the group you're praying with.
It is performative because you got to keep people like. You gotta get butts in the seats. You know,
you gotta get butts in the seats.
You gotta keep them there, otherwise you're just like.
It's like
Is it over?
It's like it's a butts and seats thing. It's also you're kind of like accepting an award at the Oscars kind of thing. Where you're like, I would like to.
Do you guys clap afterwards?
Well, if it's my mom, sometimes
you guys have to clap afterwards. And amen.
Amen. Wow, Susan MacKay, you did it again.
Yeah.
You did it again. Oh, you got
it. Can we have the turkey?
Can we do it again?
Okay, so it's almost like a pre-dinner show.
But that's also because if she really like tries to make people cry, I'll like teary-eyed look up to see my brother's all teary-eyed too, and we're all like, it worked again.
Oh, so it's real tears. It's not like the... Well, all right, we'll give her the...
Well, it's like the go for it, like, this doesn't happen that often.
Oh my God.
But all my boys are here. They're all here right now. You feel it. Like, you do feel it. It's intense.
Good for her.
Yeah. But like, so then my
she
brother...
had a good holiday.
Yeah. My brother Jake, who's a listener on the podcast. Hey, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
He did the prayer at his house because he hosted Thanksgiving. And
just real quick, if your parents are listening, you're cool, Susie MacKay. Don't think I'm making fun of you. I am making fun of you, but also like I make fun of everybody, but you're cool.
But also I think about like making fun of moms too, often because my mom will like complain that we, like me and my brothers make fun of her a lot. But I think it's just because she has a lot of like yes and friends who like, maybe they just don't like give her good criticism sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like making fun of people is a sign of friendship.
That's a silent,
or sign of like liking
thing.
you.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like I know for myself, if I don't like you or I don't think anything of you, I don't even talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if I do like kind of get on with you a little bit, I'm gonna make fun of you.
Yeah, like with my mom, it's like I'm silently saying, "Oh, I would be doing this too."
Yeah.
I would also be the Meryl Streep of prayer, but like you're doing so good at it,
Right.
like you're beating me at it.
That's what's good about.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about like in the very early episodes of the show about like comedy and like stand-up comedians specifically, where it's like it's so much. There's so much bonding behind making fun of people and making fun of each other that it's just so much better than not saying anything.
Yeah.
Or just being silent or just being like, oh, It's like, no, you're like, fuck off. You're a piece of shit. You know, that's like, it kind of bonds you a little bit more, especially when the other person is like, they're able to laugh at it. Like, yeah, I was kind of being a dickhead or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of being stupid.
Yeah. Cause also my mom is good at shooting back.
And it's fun when that happens.
Yeah. She is good at it. Like this Thanksgiving week, Luke brought his new girlfriend, Elizabeth. She's great. And
She's great.
I was just I got a little worried a bit because like parents will have like they'll have like the top 10 most embarrassing moments of your life in their head.
It's always ready to go too.
Ready to go.
Right.
Ready to go. And she shot like 5 of them off like in like 5 seconds. And I'm just like, oh.
She gave out all her
Lord.
material right away, though.
I know she did. She busted it out right there. And I was like, oh, you can't. What is she doing? And I like throughout like the first night hanging out with them, I was like to Brett, I was like, don't you think she's going kind of like hard on the Luke jokes?
Yeah.
Like it's like stuff like that where it's like, you're really gonna bring up that thing you did in like 4th grade? Like, come on. Like that was very quick.
Yeah.
Like, man, it makes me worry because then I'm like, what is she gonna do to me?
The same thing.
The same thing. It'll be the top 10.
Yeah. But that's also that's the same thing. It was like she's making fun of you guys, I guess, but it's like it's different, I guess, when it's your parents. But like if say you did that about me, like when we first met Caesar or something, you were like, this one time this guy shit his pants. I would think that was funny.
Yeah,
you know, I would laugh
hilarious.
at it. Yeah, good.
That was years ago. People don't forget.
Yeah, and like my reaction wouldn't be like, don't talk about that. You know, it's like, no, that was funny. Let's let's laugh about it. So yeah, it's just more fun to like fuck with people in that way if they're down. And it's like,
so I get it.
You know, you meet those people that are just like, oh, you can't make fun of them because they're gonna fucking cry, or they're gonna like take it too seriously, or they're gonna, you know, whatever. They're not gonna react in the way you want them to. And why were we talking about this?
No, because my mom did the top 5 most embarrassing moments of Luke's life like real quick.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't just like do it all at once.
You can't blow through your material right away.
Like, come on, that's what it was. It was material.
Yeah.
Like,
well, she had her act already written out. And she was like, I know, I gotta say this, but she said it too quick.
She does her act like that. My dad, his act is all CrossFit.
Oh,
he'll just try to bring CrossFit into everything, and it's just like, okay,
look at my traps.
Yeah, all right, okay, yep. Good job, Dad.
I've been working out so hard lately.
Yeah. I did the whole WOD today. The workout of the day.
Workout of the day.
Oh,
I did CrossFit for like 2 weeks.
Oh, did you?
I did it for like my friend took me, and then it was cool. But then there's just so much that like they're so into themselves about it. You know,
they are. Yeah, 'cause that's my dad, and I'm like.
Yeah, it becomes like an arrogant
kind
of like
it's like a
it
brag.
consumes your life a little bit where it's like, okay, well, like if someone gives off that impression that they don't care, maybe move on to the next subject. Like if I was like, oh, tell me more, that's different.
Yeah, but no, they're like, oh yeah, so but then it's funny now because like the bit is that my mom is better at CrossFit than my dad.
She does CrossFit too?
Yeah, because my dad talks about it all the time, so he like gets her to come in. And she's like, I guess I'll do this.
It just becomes your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I strategically, when I go visit, I do it once. So that every time when I go in, the guy who like runs it is like, have you worked out before? Also, they talk to you as if like you've never worked out before. Like, have you ever worked out? I'm like, yeah, I might have done it a few times.
So is CrossFit high intensity?
Yeah, like when I went, it was an upper body workout. Yeah, high intensity. Yeah.
Well, what is it? It's like HIIT, high intensity interval training. Okay.
Kinda. Yeah, like with this one, the goal is that you're gonna do like 7 different sets of jump ropes and push-ups. You start off with like 30 push-ups and you make your way down, but you're doing that like 7 times.
Right.
And CrossFit, they do this thing where like before all that, like before the main workout, you do all these warm-up workouts. So it was like hold the bands up to here, do a butterfly, and then hold the bands and do this.
Right.
And it honestly does help you do a push-up because by the time you're like so warmed up that you're like, pop, 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 pop,
Yeah.
you could do it.
There was one time I was at an Equinox, the one that's over out here by the airport, not by the airport. Anyway, I was at Equinox here in Orange County, and I did like a high intensity training, whatever class. I don't know if it was CrossFit, but it was the same, adjacent to that. And it was like, it was so intense that it made me never want to do it again. To where I was like, I don't know that we should be doing this to our bodies. It was just different things work for different people. But it was like, I don't think we should be like high intensity, like go, 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 go. Pause for 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Pause for 45 and then do it again, where I was like, afterwards, I was like, I don't feel any stronger from this. I don't feel like I gained anything other than just soreness and pain, and I don't want to come back.
Yeah.
So like the people that do this CrossFit that are so into it, and they're just like, they give you that reaction of like, oh, you're not doing this, or like this isn't your thing. It's like, well, this isn't for everybody, because I didn't take anything good from this. And yeah, fuck those people.
Yeah. What was classic was, so it's like this whole, you're doing like 100 something push-ups, which I did those. Then the last like 10 minutes, this time we're trying to climb a rope. And when's the last time you've ever climbed a rope?
I don't know that I've ever climbed a rope.
And that's what I immediately thought.
Was it just a rope from like the middle of the room?
So yeah, rope is all the way at the very, very top of the
That's hard.
room.
It sounds like a sitcom from like,
it's like a Three Stooges thing.
Kids are in high school.
You're gonna like fall down to the kid underneath you, fall down again.
Make me look like an idiot because I wore the wrong shoes.
I climbed a rope once for it wasn't rock climbing, but it was a wall. Your feet are on the wall and you climb it, and that was pretty hard. But the ones where the rope's just in the middle of the room and you have to like,
yeah, and the
if you've never done it
the
before,
whole thing is that like your feet have to catch the rope a certain way, so you do have to have the right shoes. And of course, I had like my running shoes that are Nikes that are good for running, but not climbing ropes. So there's no little padding. And it's the only time you notice like the padding of a CrossFit shoe is on the inside of your soles. It's like this is the only reason why you would buy those shoes, is to climb a rope. But how often do you climb a rope?
unless it's for a workout, never.
Never.
Are your parents climbing ropes?
Well, they were pretty good.
They climbed a rope.
They're doing
Your
ropes.
mom climbed a rope.
Yeah.
I'd love to see
Yeah. Well, Brett.
Part of your homework for next time is to film your parents climbing
Do you want me
the
to just
rope.
film the whole trip?
Yeah.
This show should just be about your parents.
Yeah.
Hey, next time, turn your, so it'll be later this month, turn it into a vlog of like,
We'll vlog
this is
it,
what it's like in Alabama. For all those of us that are here in Southern California, this is what it's like in Alabama and how different and crazy it is there.
And honestly,
I just want to see the prayer. I want to see the prayer thing.
They might love it.
Yeah,
They would really love it.
Meryl Streep would love it.
Meryl
She'd be in
Streep,
front of
yeah.
the camera the whole time.
Because, so my dad, the last time I visited was during summer.
You set up a camera in there. And then you
just
see your
like-
mom like slowly like turn towards the camera. Jesus. Like you guys, your arms are all like this. Because
Like,
she
she's
moved
okay
towards
with
the
it?
camera. Yeah. She really leans into it.
She's like, this will help the Bible study.
Yeah.
It'll help him.
I feel like
It would work.
they'd
It would
like
work. It would work both ways.
Yeah.
Because then my dad follows this CrossFit guy who, if I really want to analyze it, he's 30. He's like my age, but he like used to be super, super good at CrossFit, but got like an injury. So all he does is train people now.
Okay.
But like during COVID, he got really good at YouTube. So my dad watches him every day, and I'm just like, this is what you like. But also like he is pretty funny. So when I was watching him, he just kept. So he rags on like other CrossFit people, but like this is like what my dad would be into, like making a vlog. Because I'd be like, hey, it's like the guy that you watch all the time.
Right.
It's like his vlog, and he's like, yeah, can you intercut Austin Powers in it too? And I'll be like, oh, find a way. Find a way
Into a
to do
CrossFit
that.
vlog?
Yeah, well, because the ones I watched, they were pretty funny. Where he was making fun of this one. He's making fun of this one CrossFit woman who, like, I guess she does like vlogs at Denny's. She did some vlog at Denny's, but she looks just like Spicoli.
Spicoli
from what's it called?
Is it a cartoon?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, okay.
At Fast Times, so Spicoli.
Is that the stoner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sean Penn?
Yeah, Sean Penn, aka Sean Penn. She looks just like him as Spicoli in Fast Times.
Okay.
So I was like,
okay.
I was like, that's clever.
He looks kind of feminine.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's pretty clever that you figured that out. That you could use that, like, to make fun of this chick.
Yeah. Your dad likes Austin Powers?
Well, yeah, we like Austin Powers. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a family thing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we like, because we, like our family, we really like the James Bond movies.
Okay.
Yeah, like my dad, he was like, you have to watch Sean Connery. I think it was because my dad knew that like he has like the same like hair type, I think, as Sean Connery.
Isn't he bald?
Like the same look. Well, now he is. But he's passed away. R.I.P.
Yeah. Dude, when did he pass away? Because I had learned.
I think it was like 5 years ago.
A year ago that he was dead, and I was like, he's dead. And it's like,
It was pretty soon.
He's been dead for a while.
He retired from acting at like 90.
Oh, he died in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah, that was pretty soon.
Maybe I learned about it. That was during COVID, October 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my dad always had good, slick black hair.
Yeah.
And he's Scottish too. Sean Connery's really Scottish.
Yeah.
So that would really appeal to like my
really
dad.
Scottish.
Yeah, he is. He's like one of the top.
When he was James Bond, he had a Scottish accent, right?
He was like, Bond, James Bond. I mean, a little bit. I think he had to be kind of.
He had such a weird
English.
way that he spoke with his mouth,
Yeah.
anyways, that you couldn't really tell the accent he was doing. You just knew it was European.
Yeah, like you could tell he's really trying to like hide the Scottish, maybe.
I couldn't even tell if it was Scottish or not. I just could tell that he's something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he may not be British, he may not be Scottish, but he's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So that was a big deal. So then, I don't know what point I watched Austin Powers. I just knew that there was a time when I made fun of this guy in my youth group for having a mole because of Austin Powers 3.
Oh.
And that like ruined this.
Was it the same kind of mole as the guy with it's right here?
Moly mo,
Mole, 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 mole.
moly
Yeah.
mo.
But was it the same? It looked the same, like the same spot,
It's
same
kinda
like huge.
It was like in the same spot.
Oh, that poor guy.
But it's, yeah.
Is it removed now?
This is one of the few times where I
have
feel
you
bad.
kept up with him? Is it gone?
He has a beard now that covers it.
Oh, that's why.
And he had it removed.
'Cause of
I
you.
ruined this guy's life.
Yeah, he did it all.
No, he's
'cause of you.
doing good now. He's good.
Is he doing good?
He's yeah.
He's still in the
He's
youth group?
engaged. Yeah. No, he's not.
Oh, okay, good.
No.
That's good. He's doing.
But
good.
yeah,
he's doing better.
yeah. Because I think of, because I think I'm a funny person, but there are some times where like the bit's gone too far,
Yeah,
and where I'm like, okay, that was shitty.
mm-hmm.
That was shitty what I
It
did.
depends on how they react to it. It's like
Mhm.
when I was saying earlier, like if he was like, "Yeah, I've got a fucking huge mole on my face," let's make fun of it. It'd be fine. But if he was like, "Oh, how did he react when you made fun of him?"
Oh, it was terrible.
He was sad?
It was
Okay.
bad. It was really bad.
And you still did it anyways.
And I was like, hey, it's in the movie.
But he's not in
But
the
it's
movie.
my favorite movie. And I was like, but Austin Powers, he's like not handsome. So it's okay. I'm acting like I'm Austin Powers. But it's not equal. It's not
No,
equal
it's
at all.
not the same.
No, that was too
No,
mean.
he's the reason why he has
Mhm.
those scars on his wrists. It's
Mhm.
because of you.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, Clint. You're just a monster.
Sometimes. There was one time in junior high,
Oh,
I
story time.
I made fun of this kid. I made fun of this kid for wearing a sweatshirt, a hoodie every day because it was freaking hot. It was too hot at PE to be wearing a sweatshirt. I was trying to help him out. I was like, dude, you can't be just hoodie guy.
Yeah.
You got to stop.
Okay, go on.
And so then eventually I said that enough times to where he didn't wear it and I didn't know where he went because I didn't recognize him.
Oh. So he was hoodie guy.
Hoodie.
You took his identity from him.
I took it away, yeah.
Maybe he was embarrassed about his arms. He had small arms.
That's probably it.
Something.
We were in junior high.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be embarrassed about.
Yeah. And were you a bully?
I think I'm slightly a bully, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I have my moments. I know I have my moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I could be. With great power comes great responsibility. Like, I really know because...
Do you have trouble recognizing, like, hey, stop? You know?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm getting enough laughs...
But you're not getting laughs. You're not getting laughs from the subject.
Yeah, that's when you really have to tell. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good social awareness.
Yeah.
You should be seeing how the people react.
Right.
Because that's kind of a big deal.
I think I'm pretty good at that. If I didn't get a laugh out of the subject that's being made fun of, then like, okay, we can't do this.
Yeah. Now teaching, I have to be like,
oh, see, with teaching, I'd be the total opposite. I'd be like, let's build some thick skin on these kids. Because
it depends.
Especially nowadays when it's like everybody just like
too weak. Yeah.
Some of y'all need to be made fun of. Are you like? I'll push you into the sand because fucking Joey's afraid to do it because his mom's gonna yell at him. I'll do it for you. You know, get in there.
There are some parts where I'm like, hey, you gotta stop. You gotta stop tattletaling.
Yeah.
You gotta. You suck.
Or if
like, you're the problem.
Joe Bob, if we're in the South still, is being an asshole. Just hit him.
Yeah.
Or just be like, yes. Just hit him back. Hit him back, or comment on his fat gut.
Yeah.
You know, something. That's not done anymore.
So we have a
These nuts.
We have a D's nuts button.
Uh-oh.
Today, this happened today.
D's nuts?
I had to discipline a kid for yelling out D's nuts in second grade.
What? Discipline him.
He was in second grade.
Did you discipline him by like giving him a star?
I was like, so I'm like helping this one student who struggling with math has like, this is second grade. This is like the basic subtraction math. I'm trying to help her out. Across the room, I hear, D's nuts. And I'm like, who did that? Who was it?
Oh no.
With my voice of God, where I just, who did that?
Don't be that teacher.
And then I look across
I thought you
the
said
room.
you like comedy.
I know. It's like, don't be
I'm
that
like, why am
teacher.
I doing? This is the struggle with teaching.
Sorry, hold it.
The whole time.
Finish the story first.
It is the struggle.
Say what you're gonna say, but finish the story.
Part of me is like, oh, you're so funny, but I have to stop it.
Yes.
You're so funny, I can't stop you. So I look across the room and it's this kid. I'll change his name. I'll name him Billy. And I'm like, Billy, meet me at the door.
Meet me at the door.
The door is where you go.
That's never happened to me. That sounds a little too.
That's what I do.
Inappropriate. Meet me at the door. Billy.
No. Everyone can still see what's happening. So I'm like, Billy, where did you hear this? These nuts.
Like, wait, you stupid? You know the internet.
And he was shook. You could tell he has never been like
called to the door.
Yeah. He's never been called to the door. He's never been called to the office. So he's just the whole time. I'm like, hey, look, like, okay, Billy,
that was really funny, but you can't do that in class.
That was really funny.
Yeah,
but it's something about body parts that you don't know about yet.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. I never
thought
about it, but you're
in
right.
In second grade.
Yeah.
If it was sixth grade, it's like, hey, dude, what do you want me to tell you?
Because you think these nuts and you don't even think about it anymore, but it's true. You are saying something inappropriate.
Because it's like,
yeah.
I think if I couldn't be a teacher because I would be like, I would do the whole like, hey, Billy, come to the door. But then I'd be like, Billy, that was really funny.
I know. It's tough. Like, it's really tough.
You had great timing.
I tell them,
like, good job, but just don't do it in here.
This is what I like. Some of these kids, I'm like, you have incredible comedic timing. But we just can't do that in this room. Just in this room.
When you go outside,
do it.
you
Do it
guys are
somewhere else.
in the hall, whatever.
And I will high five you. Crisp high five right there. If you do it on recess, that's amazing. But right here, we have to do this art project.
Okay.
Have to do it.
Poor
So
Billy.
that hurt. That hurt. Had to.
You squandered his comedic beginnings.
But he improved. Because you know when I see them crying, I'm like, but dude, do you remember all the other funny stuff you said earlier?
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good. You just gotta know the setting, like the right environment, the audience.
Yeah, know your audience.
Yeah, and he's good. He knew his audience.
Yeah. You should take him to the store one night.
Yeah.
Billy, come with me to
Bringing a bunch of second graders on a field
Sunset
trip.
Boulevard. Come with us.
You're not gonna be worried about these nuts after this.
The field trips all the way out to the Comedy Store.
You can't get kids
so
in
out
there
here.
anyway.
Yeah, there's no way.
There's no way you sneak a kid inside.
No.
It was funny earlier you mentioned the World Cup.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
You guys watched it last.
Oof.
Did you hear
and you
last?
blew right past it. You were so good at blowing right past it. I was like, oh,
Well, I
he's not gonna
had
do
said
it.
afterwards, like, I'm going to ask Clint what he thinks about it because
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I need
But
to-
it was like, the World Cup's happening. Okay. Because it's like, okay, so my only World Cup story that I have is when they were doing it in France in 2009 in Paris, I was there.
You were in
France.
Paris?
Yeah, I was in
Oh,
Paris while they were doing it. So I don't know if it was in Paris, but it was in France somewhere. So it was like a big deal in the city. And there were people that would have flags like outside of their the public buses.
Yeah.
They would if you were on the bus, like you were the one of us on the bus, you would like just throw out a flag like while you were riding the bus to your next stop. And people were always cheering. I witnessed again a bus, like it had stopped and there were people on the street like throwing beers into the bus because like I don't know, somebody had scored or something, so they're just like "Ah." And it was just really, it's not like that here, but there just like everybody's drunk already because it's Europe, but like just seeing like everybody react to the World Cup, you know, on home turf. I'm sure it's different in Qatar. It's not going to be the same how it was in France, but
Oh, it's real different. They can't drink at the stadium.
yeah, and it's like 1,000
You know
degrees.
The rules are you can't have alcohol at the, you can't sell it at
I know
the
there's
stadium.
plenty of rules in Qatar, so
Well, it sucks.
it seems like that'd be a shitty place to do the Olympics.
Well, right? That's also like a big lesson on like how nice it actually is in America, because a lot of these countries that are playing, they go home and they didn't sing their national anthem, they're done.
They're killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That's
they
real.
like, but it's also
Yeah.
like these are also people who, if they are boycotting something, like somehow because they're soccer football players, they are actually reaching more people with their protests and stuff.
Yeah.
Like with Iran, they're in the same category as USA and England and Wales, and they had a lot to come back home to. So it's like they had more to deal with than USA. USA, we like couldn't wear like LGBTQ rainbow flag on the jersey and stuff. That was kind of like but it's also like a lesson on like, oh, other people are like, if we don't think we're very like progressive, other nations are definitely not. They're definitely not
what's
okay with a lot of
crazy
stuff.
when you see stuff online about like people complaining about stuff that's happening here. It's like, have you been to other
Yeah.
countries? Do you know what's happening in other
I don't
countries?
think they do sometimes.
You can't even have that opinion of like getting on your Instagram like
Yeah.
we should be doing meh, 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 meh.
Yeah.
You can't even do that somewhere else because they'd fucking kill you. Or
They really do.
You'd be just disappeared.
They actually do. One day you could win a game, and so the Saudi Arabia team, they won against Argentina, and everyone on the team was given a Rolls Royce.
Oh shit.
So like, damn.
Yeah. That's
But then
expensive.
if you like boycott their national anthem, like you're done.
You just disappeared.
You disappear. No
Yeah.
one sees you again, and it's insane. It's really
like-
crazy and sad.
I feel like our government has that power to make it disappear, but because we all have whatever freedoms we have, somebody would know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I was gone, you would know. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be here on Fridays to do this. Or, like, my job would know because I wouldn't show up. But, like, other places you could just disappear, and it's probably normal for them. So they're like, oh, Clint's gone. We're not gonna see him again.
Well, that's like this stuff that like I don't believe, or like I have different opinions than my dad. My dad's very conservative, Republican, Christian, but then he'll say stuff like that where it's like, wow, like you can't do that in Iran or Iraq or Saudi Arabia, and I'm like, yeah, you definitely could not. There's no way you could be on Twitter and just complain about everybody.
Right.
That's insane. Like, there's no way. That's the stuff like World Cup is cool because it unites everybody, and then it reminds you that, oh, we are a lot different.
Yeah.
We do have some cool stuff here.
This is the best place to live.
It
as
still
shitty as
kind of is, even though it feels really shitty. And we have a lot of pods where we're like complaining and like
it's still the best place to live.
It's still the best.
Yeah, we still have it better than pretty much everywhere else.
Yeah.
Everywhere else. I mean, maybe like the healthcare things and like whatever, but like everything else is great here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I don't know. I can understand like the strive to do better in some areas, which that's a good cause, but it's also like world's a fucked up place.
It's sad.
And we've got it pretty good here. And
let's take advantage of it. Let's do good.
Yes, let's take
Keep
advantage
doing
of
it. Our podcast would be shut down.
No, we wouldn't even have this.
We wouldn't be able to have one. Yeah.
A white guy, an ethnically ambiguous guy, a brown guy, like it would be over. There's no way. There's no way this would be able to be a thing.
I stopped paying attention for 1 second. The brown guy.
You're welcome. Oh, I found a good clip. Yeah. Anyway, World Cup. Do you want to talk about Kanye? Or we talked a little bit before we recorded.
I feel like we've but we did.
Anyway, at this point in time, right now, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, but I think Kanye's officially canceled now. Yeah. Kanye's officially
it's pretty
canceled.
good. I don't think I can support anything.
Before he was like canceled, but also he was still like
he was implying things.
Right.
Yeah.
But now he's officially
like straight up.
He's on the record. Blah blah blah. And today I think he's banned on Twitter. Yeah. So like
back at the ban. I watched him like with the ban taken off, and I could just tell this is not going to go well.
It's going to go back on ban.
He's going to go back. He's going to go back to detention.
To be honest, I didn't watch the whole Alex Jones thing. I just saw like clips or like.
I mean, who really can say they watched the whole Alex Jones?
I watched the clips, not the actual thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to watch the whole Alex Jones thing.
No. Well, I meant just like the whole thing. Yeah. I didn't watch the clip. I watched
the short clip. Did you repost it?
No, I didn't repost it.
I watched it somewhere else.
I just saw like headlines of like Kanye said this, and then but it was like everywhere. So I was like, oh, it's true then, because someone could say one thing, and I'm not gonna watch it, but just like he's done.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this is it.
Yeah, the whole. Does he own Balenciaga, or is he part of Balenciaga? Because they have their own thing going on.
So.
No, he's just always contrary to whatever people think. So everybody's trying to say fuck Balenciaga, and then he's like, no, but I think they're great, even though his messaging is all over the place. He's like, don't watch porn because porn encourages pedophilia. Meanwhile, Balenciaga does what they do, and they're like, he's like, Balenciaga's great. What?
Oh my god! Do you know the Balenciaga thing?
I don't know all that. What is that?
They did some kind of photo shoot that was like kids in S&M, something or adjacent to that, something similar to that. So people were like, "What the fuck?" And I thought Kanye was part of Balenciaga. Maybe he just had like a cloth.
Oh, with all
ones
the
that did the trash bags.
He did trash bags with Balenciaga, but he had to deal with Gap.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking Kim Kardashian because I just associate them together, but. Balenciaga's doing weird shit, pedophile stuff. Like Kanye's
a
Nazi. This is a weird pop culture time right now.
Pedophiliac Nazi?
No, I don't know.
Seems like a terrible mix. The worst mix you could get.
Yeah, that's the worst card to be dealt.
He's hanging out with like streamers, like this kid Nick Fuentes, who's like early 20s, straight up Nazi, and he's the only one that agrees with him. So he's like always hanging out with him.
Yeah, keep coming around.
Yeah, it's just sad. I mean, it's messed up and it's sad, and it's just like what can you do? This guy has unlimited power, and this is what happens when one person has nobody to be like, bro, you need to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. This crazy attracts crazy.
Which is also
I
why,
think that's what we said that one time too, where it's like he's gonna like bring it out in people that feel that way already, and they're like, oh, there's our guy.
That's where it's dangerous.
Yeah. Enough about Kanye. I don't know why I brought that up. It was something that I wrote down, and it's happening right now. So whatever. But we have like a few minutes left, so I do want to end on. We are now on December 2nd, so we're heading into Christmas time. I say it like every week now, but like the days are shorter and it fucking sucks. There's so many people out on the road. I drove into work last night. I worked a night shift, and I drove in at 5. Between 5 and 6, well, there's normally the direction that I'm going. There's normally not traffic. It's maybe a little congested here and there. There was fucking traffic on the way to work yesterday, and I was so angry. How
dare they?
And I was like, classic December 1st. As soon as December starts, everybody's out of the house doing shit.
Even though the week before there was nothing going on.
Well, yeah, like I was enjoying that after the holiday break of like nobody's out, everybody's going back home, or they're like food comas, not at work, whatever. Right now we're heading into December, which is the worst month of the year because there's so many people out. It's always dark. There's all these fucking parties to go to. Christmas sucks. Like, sorry if you like Christmas. I don't like Christmas.
Why don't you like Christmas?
You got to get the decorations up for a few weeks, and
you don't have to do it. Do you decorate?
I don't anymore.
He doesn't even decorate.
I don't now that I'm an adult. I don't do it.
You don't have to do it.
But you know, you gotta get if you do that, you have to get the decorations up. There's so many gatherings that have to go on right now that.
You got a lot of invites?
I will.
What's pending? Oh, you will.
You will. It happens every year. It happens every year. And I have to be very selective about what I go to because I don't know.
Because your time is a big deal.
My social quota is very low, as we've learned here. I just hate Christmas time.
Like that much?
It's just, there's just so many people around.
Like my deep for Christmas is in high school. This would be wrestling season. I was a wrestler, so this would be the time where I have to like cut weight,
not eat anything,
and not eat anything.
Oh, that sucks.
So like deep down, I'm like, oh, this is that. So like when it gets like dark and stuff, I'm like, oh, I need to go work out, and I'm like, wait, no, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat anything. You can eat. Like, come, just go eat. Go eat something.
Yeah. I don't want to be the Grinch, but I hate Christmas.
There it is.
And I also like the people that are really into it. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like,
okay.
I just, it doesn't, I don't fire in that same synapse as them. Where it's like, they can't wait to decorate and they want to go shopping and they like, playing Christmas music and Christmas
here I
movies.
I was about to be like, hey, do you want to help me put up my lights? Do you want to help me like bake Christmas cookies?
Hey, if you needed help with a favor, I'd help you with a favor.
Do you want to?
I'll help you do the lights if you really need help.
It's more of a if you want to do it, Mr. Grinch.
If you need help doing something, I'll help you do something. Oh. If it's like a party of like, hey, we're gonna, people do those like Christmas tree parties where we're putting up the tree and like. Oh. It's like a thing where they all decorate it together and then like they make food and it's like
sounds kind of fun.
We've got Elf on in the background.
So you wouldn't do it just for fun?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Yeah,
like if somebody invited, like if it was all your friends, they're like, "Let's do it." Like you wouldn't. You would just be like, "Nah."
No, probably not. It's just like the theme, the like holiday theme to me is just cringe. I don't know.
Because it's too happy?
I feel like
too happy for you?
I can't say this.
What's the perfect holiday for you?
This is going to get you canceled.
Maybe. People are going to be like, what? He hates Christmas?
Dairy. I mean...
Well, the people that are close to me enough know.
On brand, people would still like you, I think, because there's the Grinch and Scrooge.
It'd be expected.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Like, you're okay.
Right. It'd be expected that I don't like Christmas.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, he's our Scrooge friend.
Yeah.
And we spend a night with him where we got the Ghost of Christmas Past, Ghost of Christmas Present, and the future. And we just remind him silently, like, remember when you were fun? And then remember how tonight is fun? And then you're going to die soon. And then you're like, okay by the morning.
I don't want to go on that journey.
You saw Spirited, right?
I did. I liked it, but
I love that movie.
Like Spirited was
what is Spirited?
Spirited was where Ryan Reynolds Has
Oh, God.
he's
Never
plays it-
mind. I know what it is.
No, you don't. No,
I
you
do.
don't.
No, I
You
saw
do it better than
I
you think
saw
it
the
is.
trailer.
Whoa, whoa.
Hold on.
Hey,
hold on.
whoa.
Before you go on the whole thing, I'm not going to say whether I had no opinion about it other than I see the trailer. I'm not the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan. You know this.
Whoa.
Or Will Ferrell fan. You also know that.
Whoa.
And then you mix them in with the holiday setting. That's not my movie.
Ooh.
Right? And that's not a bad thing. So go on.
So this movie.
Oh my God.
I love that movie. That was a great movie.
Do you liked it a lot?
Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed it.
Right? Like,
I was
okay.
crying.
So my
God.
family, forget Ryan, forget Will, forget Christmas. My family loved the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Okay.
We watch it every year. That's our tradition. Regardless of whatever church we're going to, whatever like is happening, wherever we live, we will watch the Muppet Christmas Carol because it's a singing of a street corner choir. It's everyone warm by the fire. And that's the song from the Muppet Christmas Carol.
I
Marcus,
assumed,
you did not.
yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I didn't think
But-
that was just your thoughts.
So the Christmas Carol story like is deep down like rooted in me. This movie, it like takes that story and it kind of like amps it up because you're watching it and you're like, okay,
the Ryan Reynolds movie.
So Ryan Reynolds, he plays Clint. What up? And like so it's also weird when like the character is your name too. Like, do you feel like when there's like a Marcus character in a movie,
Never,
or a
'cause
Caesar
it's-
character?
There's never a Caesar
Yeah.
character.
You never.
But if there
It
was, I'd
doesn't
be like,
hap-
oh yeah.
It doesn't happen to me that like me
there was
either.
a Caesar
like,
and
this is it.
Gladiator.
Oh,
He got smothered in the beginning.
yeah.
Unless I'm watching that Dog Whisperer show or something.
Okay.
Dude, but
Caesar
Gladiator's
Sorry.
a great movie. It's a great
Go
movie.
ahead.
No, I don't feel that about Marcus
But yeah,
characters.
so
'cause
like
they're usually
a Clint
not
character,
fucking like me.
I don't know. My ego goes up when I hear like Will Ferrell say my name, and then it's Ryan Reynolds they're talking to, and then Octavia Spencer says my name, and I'm just like boop 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 boop. And it's a Christmas movie. I don't know why like all these Christmas things like are associated with me. I mean, we're the opposite. To where like I love
love
Christmas.
Christmas.
I
Okay.
love I love it, but it's also like the Christmas Carol story is so redemptive too, where it's like you started so bad and you could like become so good, and so it's also a musical to where like
You're just making it worse for Marcus.
Yeah.
he hates it so much.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm just like
tell him, but so it's self-aware. In
it's
the,
so self-aware that like oh this is like yeah this is a movie for a certain group of people named Clint MacKay, and
Which is fine.
that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
talking
really
shit
just-
on it.
yeah.
But okay.
But it's funny because the twist is that also spoiler alert that Will Ferrell is the original Scrooge. In the movie, he is the
Okay.
Ghost of Christmas Present. So he was Scrooge. He was the most like no one can help this guy ever. And Ryan Reynolds is the new no one can help this guy ever guy.
yeah, because it's an organization
Yeah.
that basically does the Christmas Carol thing to people. So
Yeah.
if Will Ferrell's
Yeah.
in charge of that, and
Yeah.
he's the Ghost of Christmas Present, and they go around like, okay, we should pick this guy to do the Christmas
Yeah, and
Carol
they scare people.
thing to fix people.
They
Yeah.
turned it into a business?
Yeah, they turn into a business.
But it's
yeah,
afterlife.
yeah,
It's in the
yeah,
afterlife.
Yeah.
And the first person they get
Oh.
is a woman named Karen. So you get what it like they
Yeah.
fix
Oh
her.
yeah, that was the opening of the movie. It's a Karen. So they're like, goes to Christmas past, scare Karen, present, scare Karen, and then it's like, oh, Karen's nice. She wants to play hockey
So
with us.
Karen's dead then. And
no,
you're
she's
doing-
alive, but like all the ghosts are dead.
Because they're
Okay.
ghosts.
So Scrooge, he lives his life, dies.
Yeah.
He takes over the job of Christmas present, or Christmas present. He takes that job.
Okay.
And so then Ryan Reynolds, but Ryan Reynolds, he's Ryan in the movie. So, you know, it's like an obvious Ryan role to where he's like,
That's all his roles.
yeah, he's like, so Scrooge, tell me more about your life. What was your life like?
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell's like, I don't even, am I allowed to think a thought? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I think I like that chick over there. It's Octavia Spencer. He's like, wait, you like her? We should talk about that. And they're trying to do like the Christmas Carol thing.
Uh-huh.
Like Ryan is still like, what about you? What do you really like? And so it's like a nice twist on it because, you know, people could keep doing the whole Christmas Carol thing till like, till time ends, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, there's a redemptive thing.
I don't even
But-
really know that story very well.
Christmas Carol?
I know like the concept of it, of like Scrooge and he sees all the ghosts and stuff, but I don't know that I've actually seen the movie, like start to finish. Or is it a book too?
It's a book first.
Charles Dickens.
By Sir Charles Dickens.
That one, I think I read a little bit of that in college. And then just because I don't like Charles Dickens was like, fuck this book. But
wow. So the Muppets one is great because
Scrooge is great too. Have you seen
you watch the Muppets one?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Scrooge,
I'll check it out.
Scrooge is great. So the Muppets one, Gonzo the Great plays Charles Dickens. Michael Caine plays Scrooge.
I know about
Sir
that
Michael
one.
Caine.
What is Miracle on 34th Street?
That's about Santa Claus.
Okay.
That's like Santa Claus. Yeah. Miracle.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I haven't seen that
Let
one.
me look it up.
The Miracle on 34th Street.
This story is called Scrooge.
Can I give you the basics of the story?
I know the basics of the
Spirited?
story. I just feel like I've seen
Scrooge?
so many different iterations of it throughout the years that I don't know what is like. They're all the same.
They're all the same, yeah. So there's one grumpy guy that gets visited by ghosts of his
Ebenezer Scrooge.
That's the
right?
best. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and it makes
Scrooge.
you see the possibility. If you keep doing
Right.
this shit,
Yeah.
like this is where you're gonna end up. at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that I know. Okay, so I got it. I know that story. Okay. You guys, I was not watching Scrooge as a kid. Okay.
Well, you're watching something. There's some kind of Christmas
Like I
Carol
said
story.
last time, I was watching The Exorcist at Christmas time.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
I feel like you need to be Christmas caroled in real life.
Yeah, I think
No,
you're
I'm just fine.
You might be the best candidate
just
for
fine.
all this.
No, I'm just fine. I don't need anything.
Tonight you're going to be visited by the three spirits.
Yeah, if they're all my spirit, they're gonna have the same opinion.
No, they're different
They're like-
spirits. They're the ghosts of your past. You're gonna watch your past
My
go down.
past.
Your past.
So
not
it's all
mine.
me. So it's all
yes,
me.
It's
though.
all about
so
you.
Like, you remember when this
Yes.
happened? Yeah, and I'm okay with it. Like, remember what's happening now? Yes, of course.
It goes back to the bit of like God shows you all the bad stuff you've done. And you're like, wait, can you replay that?
Well, and I was like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. like,
Great.
wait, do we have another shot?
I don't need another shot though.
Do you have
That's
a
the
wide
thing.
shot?
I'm not to Scrooge where I'm like, I gotta do it over or whatever he feels like. I'd be like, yeah,
No,
Is that a time
Scrooge,
travel
no.
story?
whatever. Fuck this movie. Fuck Scrooge.
no,
You gotta go back to the future.
You mean Christopher Lloyd is not in this thing with the DeLorean?
You gotta go back in time.
No, you're saying that Scrooge is visited by his past,
No, well,
his
not.
ghost of a Christmas past.
So okay, so you're
try and, like-
Scrooge. Okay, so you're
The funniest
Scrooge.
clip ever.
Not
And
catching it.
three
Maybe I should just
different
watch it.
three different ghosts.
Okay.
3 different ghosts, not Scrooge ghosts.
Okay.
3 different ghosts come and spook him, right?
3 different people.
Like
3
in Casper.
different people. They're
Like in
different
Casper.
people. So in this movie, it's like
Yes.
a pretty woman is the ghost of Christmas past. Will Ferrell is the ghost of Christmas present, and Tracy Morgan is the ghost of Christmas yet to come, the future.
But that is always a character dressed up like death.
Yeah, it's always death. It's a
Okay.
hood. My Uncle Wink was that, I guess, in like elementary school or whatever, and you just point.
because you're pointing at the grave. Because
Yeah, you don't talk.
You die alone. That's the
Yeah,
point.
it's like you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You suck.
Yeah.
It's like the ending.
Okay.
But Spirit, I don't want to die like this, Spirit.
Michael Caine is
what the
Scrooge.
hell? Yeah, that's my Scrooge. My
Okay.
Michael
I know.
Caine.
I understand.
No, that was good.
She went
That
for
was good.
Spirit. I don't want to do it. I don't want to die. I
Inception.
don't want to go.
So it's not a happy
Inception.
story then.
You know
They're
what?
just telling you you're gonna die alone.
I mean, well, it's like, hey, you need to change your ways.
Oh, God.
Like live a better life. It's like a live a better life type thing. Because Charles Dickens, like life sucked back then. He was in like the middle of like the industrial revolution
That's
type
why all
thing.
his fucking stories suck.
Well, it sucked back then. It was a terrible time
Charles
period.
Okay.
Dickens. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, to be fair, have you ever read any of Charles Dickens, like
Yeah.
start to finish?
Yes.
See, he's saying no.
No.
Yeah, they're the worst fucking stories.
Great expectations.
Awful.
It
You can't. You have
sucks.
to read the same sentence like 3 times because he writes in like what's it called, literary,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
so you're
that-
like, what? And then it's just like when you're finally done with the book, you're like, you close it and you're like, well, that was a thing, I guess. You're like, I don't. What was the point of that? To just bum you out for the book? All right.
It was also because he
There's
had
no
like,
lessons in it.
there's a in the Chris's story.
Christmas
there
Carol,
is.
yes.
Yeah, Chris's
Okay.
Carol.
Well,
yeah.
that could be his one thing. But like a Tale of Two Cities,
one-hit
all
wonder.
in twist, great expectations. There's no lessons there other than life sucks.
Hey, life sucks. You gotta improve.
And that's something
somehow.
that we already know. We don't need like iambic pentameter or whatever to tell us that. take a whole page to describe a loaf of bread. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, Charles Dickens.
God.
I don't know where to go from here.
I don't know.
Okay, I do want to close on one more. We can do it next week maybe because we're already over an hour.
Yeah.
All right, well, we can stop here for today. Thank you for being here this week, Clint, since you were gone last week. It's good to have you back. Where can they find you at?
So at _Clint Show. I checked Instagram and I could take the one without the underscores as much.
I'll fix it.
Oh, okay. Did I say it wrong last time? My bad.
It's because you had it different on both of them.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
you did. Okay.
But I just changed it recently. It's a little different.
Uncle 2_ Marcus, YouTube, 30s Podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, all the things. Thank you for being here. See you
Yeah.
next time.
Like, guys, let's hang out.
Yeah. Let's go to the Comedy Store.
Let's go comedy store. Let's do it. Let's go
Yeah.
comedy, guys.